Hey, what's up? My name is Jam. Welcome to the Reality Jam. This is the review of Mommy Club Season 2, Episode 4. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, support a bitch.
Support me, bitch!
This episode was just there. It was just there. There was nothing really special about this episode. It was just there. So all the ladies were having dinner and they all came in. They were all looking cute. They were all looking nice. Of course, Happy was extra, but she was looking nice. It was crickets at first. Like, no one is talking, no one is saying anything. And then, of course, since Mrs. Mops is the host, she has to like start the ball rolling. And did you guys notice when everyone was getting ready with their nannies, they didn't show Mrs. Mops? So they're still not showing Mrs. Mops at her house. And I wonder where she's... Okay, while they were filming, I wonder where she was living. I really wonder. Anyway, Mrs. Mops just, we're here to get to know each other, healing, blah, 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 same as Sorisha in Durban. And they're like, oh, okay, food came and the topic of marriage came up. Who started the topic? I think it was Happy who started the topic of marriage. Yeah, Happy made a statement. No, Nozifo started the marriage conversation, asking Sunday, how long have you been married? And then Mrs. Sunday said 7 years. And Nozifo is like, she's been married for, I don't know, 9 years. They've been together she's been married for 6 years. They've been together for 9 years. They said her total is like 15 years or 16 years, something like that. And then Happy made a statement, marriage is a scam. Happy is right to say that because that's what she's been through. That's her experience. So Jabulile was like, not all marriages are scams. True also. Two things can be right and two things can be true. Happy feels the way she feels about marriage because that's what she's experienced. Mrs. Sunday feels like marriage is the best thing. Marriage is the most amazing thing. She's happy in her marriage because that's her experience. It's fine. And then, Nunurai has to be a little bit messy. But before Nunurai is messy, Mrs. Mops asked, what would you tell someone who wants to leave? As in they're married but they want to leave, and Happy was like, leave, get out, pray and leave. That's it. That's my advice. Nunurai's advice is, I feel like you should be calculative before you leave. And then Nunurai mentioned, especially if you have like 8 kids, and she mentioned it like 3-4 times. So Nozifo started getting offended. It's like, why are you referencing 8 kids? Because I think Nozifo felt like she's talking about her. Why do you keep referencing 8 kids? But I also feel like Nunurai didn't even notice that she was mentioning 8 kids. Like, she knew but I don't think she was shading Nozifo. She was just saying, if you got 8 kids, you have to be calculative. You have no source of income. You can't just leave the house just like that. You have to sit down, have a strategy, have a plan, which I think that is the right way to do things. If you have multiple kids, if you have 8 kids, those are a lot of kids. You can't just stand up and leave just like that. You have to sit down, think, because if you leave, you'll end up suffering. Your kids will end up suffering. Nozifo caught a feeling. Nozifo felt like it was a personal attack. Nozifo was like, I'm not calculative. I wouldn't want my kids to think I'm calculative. I think she respects she's those women who... Because she said that she doesn't like to persevere, but I feel like she's those women that will. Because even right now, so the first, second, and third episode, you keep saying there's something going on between you and your husband, but we're trying to work through it. But it's not good. It's not good, but we're trying to work through it. Even your daughter said she's not happy because you're not happy. So you saying that you're not this calculative person and that you wouldn't want your children to see. Okay, if you're not happy, your children will notice that you're not happy, and you wouldn't want your kids to see that. But your kids are seeing that right now. Coco said you're not happy, and Coco said if my mom is not happy, I'm also not happy. And Coco said she's struggling right now with life, with school. She's even going to see a therapist. So Nozifo, you say you can't be calculative. Nunurai is right. You gotta be calculative. At some point, you just gotta be calculative. You have to think of, okay, I don't have a source of income right now. and I want to leave. Okay, let me try and get a source of income so that I'm able to leave. And also Nunurai said, if like you're not in danger, if you're in danger, please get up and leave. Nunurai said, if you're not in danger, the man is not abusing you physically, if he's not hitting you upside your head, it's okay, be calculative. But if he is, you can leave immediately. Stay with your mom or like look for a place to stay. So as long as you're safe. But if there is no imminent danger, be calculative about it and know how to leave the marriage. I don't think that was such a bad thing for Nunurai to say, but for Nozifo was like, Happy was like, yeah, also. Because Nunurai said, just get yourself emotionally out fast, and then get out. And I remember Nozifo saying, what did Nozifo say? So you want me to stay in a marriage and my mental health to suffer? And Nunurai said, if you live with your 8 kids, your mental health will suffer if you don't have a source of income. And she's like, and Nunurai said, no, Nunurai said homeless. If you're homeless with 8 kids, your mental health will suffer. And she said, why would I be homeless? Nozifo was like, why would I be homeless? Like, Nozifo felt like Nunurai was talking about her. And Nunurai said, okay, I have 20 kids, 3 kids, 5 kids. Just that, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about marriage in general. Anyway, Nozifo did catch a feeling about it. The next day, Nunurai, Ratile, and Nozifo went to play tennis, and then Ratile and Nunurai, Nunurai and Ratile went to play went to the gym, yes, and then Nozifo, Happy, and what's her name, Mrs. Mops, they went to play tennis. Mrs. Sunday wasn't feeling good. We found out that later. She wasn't feeling that good. So they went to play tennis. This one went to the gym. They talked about the dinner and said that Nura was like, yo, Nozifo was on edge. Nozifo was just taking it a bit too personal. Yes, she was, because she's probably going through a lot in her marriage right now. So she doesn't want people speaking about marriage right now, even though she's asking people, how long have you been married? Even though she's the one who started that conversation. But I guess she can start a conversation like, how long have you been married? But she doesn't want any negative talk when it comes to marriages. Nozifo said that Nunurai is young and she hasn't been married for so long. So you just don't up and leave, especially if you have kids. So that Nunurai will learn. So this is what I'm saying, Nozifo. You keep saying that you wouldn't want anyone to persevere, or you wouldn't persevere. But you're here saying Nunurai is young, she will learn. She will learn what? That women stay regardless? That's what you're trying to say. That is basically what you're trying to say. Especially if you have kids, she will learn. She's just young, she will learn. Happy asked Nozifo and Mrs. Mops, would you guys be okay if your husband would say that, I want another wife? Nozifo and Mrs. Mops said no. Mrs. Mops said I will beat him up. She said, Mrs. Mops said no. Happy said it depends. So I guess Happy anyway, Happy wants to ask Ratile about what's been on the news, what's been on the tabloids, what's been on social media about her husband cheating and all this. So she's just bringing up any conversation too. That's why she said marriage is a scam. And then she brought up, would you be okay with your husband, saying that he wants another wife? So that she just wants to get to Ratile. But she's not coming straight. She's going through corners. Talk to her direct. Talk to her direct. Nozifo said that she felt judged. Nozifo felt that she felt judged. The next day they had a picnic. Let me tell you, Ratile looked nice. Nunurai looked nice. You guys know I already love Nunurai. When Nunurai and Ratile were at the gym and they were done, Ratile was like, I am gymming, but there's nothing there. Ratile does not have an ass. She has a model body, like Nunurai was saying. She has a model body. She goes to the gym. Nunurai was like, Ratile will never get a BBL through the gym. She can ask the doctors to give her something, but not the gym. She does not have an ass at all. Rai was looking nice. Mrs. Moss was looking really nice. Happy looked nice. Mrs. Sunday and Nozifo, they just looked plain. They looked nice. They just looked plain. That's it. They sat down. Mrs. Sunday says she's not feeling very well. I think she has a sore throat or something. I don't know if Mrs. Sunday is a good fit for this group. She's too quiet. She's too quiet. She's not comfortable with the camera. She really is not. Even her confessionals, when she speaks, I feel like shaking her. I'm like, bitch, wake up. She's too quiet for me. She really is. And I'm not saying like a quiet person cannot be on the show, but she doesn't love the camera. She doesn't love the camera. She's too shy. She's too quiet. She's not comfortable. So maybe we give her another season, or let's give her a few more episodes, because I saw she's gonna be active next episode, but she's too shy. It was a bit silent before but Mrs. Mob started saying, we're here to heal, we're here to work on our relationships. This is just the same thing over and over again. We're here to heal, we're here to work on our relationships and all that. Happy asked Nozifo, are you feeling okay? And Nozifo was like, no, I'm sick. No, what? Wait, before that happened. Nozifo first mentioned that she wasn't feeling the topic yesterday, and that she's mad at, she wanted to strangle Nunurai because she didn't get why Nunurai kept mentioning 8 kids. Nunurai then explains and says, I wasn't talking about you. I just said 8 kids because it's an interesting number. It had nothing to do with you or anything like that. So yeah, let's leave it at that, Nozifo. Don't make it a big deal, please. And Nozifo was like, okay, fine. If you're not talking about me, cool. If you are, okay, I'm gonna be offended. But I don't really think Nunurai was talking about her. Even Nunurai said, I don't know you like that to start talking about your life like that. And Nunurai, if Nunurai wants to talk to, if Nunurai wants to address you, I feel like Nunurai will just address you. You see, she's not afraid of anybody, or she's not afraid to speak her mind. Nunurai will just come to you and say it like it is. So I don't think Nunurai was coming at Nozifo, to be honest. Yeah, like I said, Mrs. Mops wants everyone to be to heal and get to a happy place. She asks Nunurai, are you and me good? Because I just want us to be good. Nunurai says, me and you are good. It wasn't that serious. It wasn't that deep. So, and you apologize. So me and you are good. And then Nunurai and Happy. Nunurai just says, I wasn't cool with you bringing up the HIV and acting. And what was the intention? First of all, bringing it up. And then Happy says, there was no intention. I just felt like, why would you talk about my mother and also HIV? I felt like you were ignorant. And Nunurai simply said, I said what you wrote in your book. You said your mother went to live in, I don't know, where did she say her mother lived? Alex. You said in her book, in Happy's book, your mother lived in Alex and lived with different men to survive. That's what Miss Happy wrote in her book. That's what Nunurai repeated, because that was the chapter 1, I guess. And and Happy is just like, out of everything, why would you read that? Why would you say that? And you know that my mother died of HIV-related issues. So I'm wondering, but you wrote that. So if you wrote that, what's the problem? It's not like she made it up. It's not like she had it from someone or you are told her in confidence. No, you wrote that. It's in your book. So what is the problem? And Nunurai was like, okay, fine. What did she want me to say? She wrote that she used to drink porridge at her grandmother's house. Everybody in Africa drinks porridge at their grandmother's house. Like, Nunurai is really funny. And Nunurai asked her, okay, fine. No, when she said like you're ignorant when it comes to HIV. And Nunurai said that she's worked in the medical field, she's worked in the medical field. So she is not ignorant when it comes to HIV and HIV-related issues. She's not. And she said, how does your mom living with different men equate to HIV? Tell me then, since you act like you're very educated. Because that's an ignorant statement. Doesn't mean everybody who lives with different men is HIV positive. And Nunurai gagged Happy there for a minute. Happy didn't even know what to say. She did. She gagged her. And then Happy came back with a comeback after like a few minutes. It's like if you keep stealing, if you keep stealing, she made that reference. If you keep stealing, obviously you're gonna end up in jail. So if my mom was living with different men, obviously she was gonna end up with HIV. But sometimes that's not true, because you didn't say that she was having any relations with, you just said she was living with different men. And that's what Nunurai said. Nunurai never mentioned anything about HIV. She didn't. You were the one who brought it up at the reunion. And Nunurai is very right to say you didn't have the way people are coming at Ratile and the way Ratile said some things to you, and you saw that the audience did not like it, and you came with that at the reunion. You came to bash Ratile because of that. You didn't have that when it came to Nunurai, because you saw the audience loved Nunurai. So what do? You use that part to see if people are going to turn on Nunurai, and it didn't work out. And let me tell you something about reality stars or reality shows. The audience will love you this season, and the next season the audience will hate you. Never pander to the audience, ever. Because even this season, Happy has come in gunning for Ratile. Just because people did not like Ratile last season, doesn't mean they will not like Ratile this season. I'm a loyal person. Most times I do like someone from episode 1 to the last episode. From season 1 to the last season, they'll be there. I usually like someone. Yes, I'm gonna clock their messiness, but I usually just stand with someone. I really like someone. But most audiences don't. They will turn on you really, really fast. Like right now, Happy, people are seeing that you're just really miserable coming for Ratile every single time, even laughing about her and her marriage. And then if you think that you're gonna come and do what the audience loves, you'll be mistaken. Because right now, I know you came into this season being like, I'm gonna gun for Ratile because people didn't like her last season. See, everybody's looking at you like you're miserable. Anyway, Nunurai and Happy said, let's just agree to disagree. What I said, that's not what I meant, and how you perceived it is not my fault. We're good. Okay, cool. And then Happy turned it on to Ratile. Ratile, how are you? Yesterday we had a very nice conversation. During that tennis thingy, we had a conversation about, would you let your husband have a second wife? Everyone's saying no. And then Ratile was like, no, but to each their own, right? And then Happy brought up the social media thing about her husband. So how are you, Ratile? Because we saw on social media your husband, and then there's a side chick, and there's a child involved, and all this. First of all, Happy, you don't even write Ratile, and then you hear like, how are you? After you laughed last episode that the husband is cheating and saying that it's karma. How is that karma? Honestly, how is that karma? She was doing a show with you. You two had an argument. People have arguments. So it's karma that her husband cheated, and you went through the same thing. And let me tell you something. Ratile is really good, because if I saw that you say that, I will remind you how your husband died. All bets are off. I would remind you how he died, and I'll remind you who was in the car with him. I would remind you how you were paying for some of the side chicks' goods, cars, clothes. I would remind you. She met the right one, because Ratile is all sophisticated and shit, and talks smack in her confessionals. She met the right one. Ratile played the wife. Ratile said, we're good. There's no child involved. But one thing Ratile did not say was, it's not true. She just said there's no child involved. There is no child. She said there is no child. But she did not say that her husband wasn't sleeping with this woman. She said, I'm the wife. She said a couple, she just decided to be, I'm the wife. I have the name. I have the house. I have this. That's what Ratile is there as a wife. and there's nothing you can tell her. She's those women who'll be like, I have the ring. I'm the one with the ring. She loves me because I'm the one with the ring. That's Ratile. That's Ratile. She started saying clan names. She's a Masibella. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. That's Ratile. You will never get her out of that wife mentality. So even if her husband cheats her 1,000 times, she's the wife. She's the one with the ring. So her husband will be here sleeping with everyone, allegedly, but she's the wife. Okay, she is the wife. Ratile said she noticed that Happy wanted to ask this question, but she has been just going round and round and round and round and round and round until now that she's finally brave to ask me this question. Happy also said that in her confessionals, she has said there is no child. True, but she hasn't denied that her husband has been sleeping around. True, which is true. That means her husband has been sleeping around. When the picnic was done, Nozifo was actually quiet during this whole topic. She was cold and she was sad about the marriage topic. Like I said, she doesn't want to hear anything negative about marriage. Like right now, she's going through a lot. I feel like she wants to just hear positive things. If she hears any negative thing, she just feels down. So yeah, after that they went to make some cocktails. They were that frozen margarita that they were making, it looked so nice. I wanted it so bad. Usually I do not like a frozen margarita. I like a spicy margarita, like an original margarita. I don't like a frozen margarita, but that frozen margarita looks really, really nice. So they made some cocktails. Who were the winners? The winners were Mrs. Mops and Ratile. Happy is a sore loser. Happy does not like losing at all. She's a funny loser also. She hates losing. They got a bottle of champagne. They decided they're gonna go and drink in the rooms. And then Happy pulled Nozifo aside. Nozifo, you haven't been good the whole time we're here. What's going on? What's up? She just started getting emotional, and then she started talking about her daughter. She said her daughter is struggling, her daughter is going through a lot, and if Coco is not good, I'm not good. So we're just trying to rally around Coco and make sure everything is good with Coco. This is where I feel like Nozifo is lying. For 3 episodes, you have been saying you and your husband are not good. The marriage topic was the main thing. And that's why you are pulling back. That's why you are not even talking. That's why you got offended when Nunurai said 8 kids. So now all of a sudden it's about Coco. And Coco already said the reason that she's not good is because you're not good. And the reason you're not good is because your husband is not good. Is not treating you nicely. So which one is it? Did you decide you're not going to talk about your marriage now? I didn't believe her explanation. I didn't believe that she's sad at that whatever because of Coco. I didn't believe that. I felt like she just tried to hide it and just blame it on Coco. But I feel like it's the husband and all this. Like I say, she was dangling that this is what my husband is doing. This is what my husband is doing. Just come up and tell us, what is he doing? Because we're thinking the worst. What is your husband doing? And then now you've pulled back and now it's like, oh, it's Coco, it's my daughter. She's going through something. So me and my husband, we're not good because of Coco. And Coco has already said she's not happy because of you, because you're not happy. And you're going through stuff. That's where the episode ended. Like I said, it wasn't like an exciting episode or anything like that. I don't know if these ladies are feeling each other. I don't think they're feeling each other, to be honest. I don't think they're feeling each other. But we'll wait and see. Let's wait the next episode and see. That's my review. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.